Happy almost Friday, huh? Yeah, we can hang on one more day if we just believe. Yeah. Especially if it's Red Meat Thursday.
Take your world view, don't shake it up. Step in a bubble, turn Fox News up. It's Red Meat Thursday, serving stuff you love. It's Red Meat Thursday, 'cause you agree with us. It's Red Meat Thursday. Yeah, kiss my ass if you don't like these politics. Well, that's because y'all a little bitch, yeah.
I tell Gene, could you just put something together? And that's what he does.
Oh my God.
It's a sick little boy. Yeah, it's Red Meat Thursday when we tell you what you already knew to be true, and everyone who disagrees can go F themselves, to quote Dana Perino. Tonight's Red Meat, leftists are ugly. I know, you knew that already. You've seen The View. But now science is bearing it out. It's amazing. It begins with a new artificial intelligence study out of Denmark, which is a country, I believe. Turns out AI can now predict a person's political leanings with 61% accuracy, and it's based solely on their face. It's far more accurate than the old method, which was based on ass size. But when they judged the facial features used to make these political predictions, they found something else. The right-wingers were way hotter. Yeah. But with some notable exceptions, of course. He brought down the curve. But now here's the boring part. Danish scientists, those are the kind with cheese or fruit filling, they fed 3,200 photos of political candidates into the AI tool to assess their emotional state. And after the analysis, they found that 80% displayed a happy expression, but behind those happy faces were conservative female politicians who looked happier and more attractive than liberals. Now, reasons for this happiness abound. You're not surrounded by gloom and doom, and it's easier to walk in heels without cloven hooves. And I'm sure the bathing helps. But the study's authors note that such a finding makes sense because previous research has also highlighted this link between attractiveness and conservatism, which means it's time for a gratuitous shot of Dana Perino. Huh? Isn't she lovely? Yeah, and that's without makeup. Here she is with makeup. Yeah. So why are conservatives so hot? What could be the reason for this? Are liberal women really uglier than conservative women? And is that why they still wear useless masks when driving alone in their tiny cars? Or could it be due to adopting an ideology of hopelessness based on the unfixable nature of an evil society? And that begets their anger, which ultimately undermines their natural good looks. It's also hard to embrace beauty when those around you call any attention that you receive from your beauty a form of objectification, the male gaze. And so if they can't find beauty in the world, they denounce their own and destroy it with hair dye, piercings, and cases of cheap frozen pizza. This could explain all those mugshots of female Antifa members. I mean, talk about an ugly bunch. But they weren't always this way. Here they are before they embraced leftist dogma. Thank God I dumped them before they discovered MSNBC. Ugh. So rather than look hot, they try to approximate the opposite as a political statement. And it's one you wouldn't want to sit next to on a bus. Meanwhile, the study also found that left-leaning men had more neutral faces than conservative men, meaning they didn't look as happy. But I guess it's hard to look happy after they remove your balls. Seriously, how happy can you be if your wife forces you to go to drag queen story hour at the library? You're just a spineless sack of low testosterone and lack the upper body strength to break free and run away. So left-leaning men are better at hiding their emotions. Apparently, they've got better poker faces, which makes sense. A good con man never lets the mark know how he really feels. And you get a lot of practice lying if you're a man who claims to be a liberal. You gotta lie all the time. Oh, please, yes, dye your hair purple to commemorate Juneteenth. I agree, Sarah Silverman. She's really funny. Wow, this kale is delicious. So if you lie and lie, it makes sense that your face maintains an ominous paralysis. Yeah, he kind of always looks like he's facing somebody holding up a crucifix. But he's just been lying the whole time. So what does this mean for the future? If AI is this good at telling the difference between a liberal and a conservative based on a single photo, then what's next? Knowing the left, they'll probably use this technology to keep conservatives under surveillance. Most journalists are already eager to dig through the personal life of anyone who criticizes a Democrat. They enjoy canceling people who stand in their way of a progressive but wholly miserable society. So what's next? Perhaps we just identify the happy people and let Skynet do the rest. She's the mom who still gets asked to the prom. Fox News anchor Julia Bandera.
All right, move on.
He frisked and cuffed hundreds, sometimes as a police officer. Former NYPD Inspector and Attorney Paul Morrow. She's cheerful only when she's giving you an earful. Fox News contributor Kat Timm. And his fanny pack sleeps 7. My massive sidekick in the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Tyrus. Truly, it is quite obvious that you're far better looking than anyone on CNN or MSNBC. But that's a low bar. They're all very homely people, male, female, and those in between. Do you buy this science?
I do, actually.
Yes.
If you look at conservatives across the border, I mean, I would say
Across
it's not
the board, not just across the border.
And across the border, because they live here now. But no, if you look across the board and you look at conservatives overall, they are less angry. And if you're less angry, you're more attractive. And there's a lot of scowling coming from the left and a lot of angry liberals, and that does make them ugly. I do believe that it makes men more attractive, too. You identify as, a conservative?
I don't know. I changed my mind a lot. Right now, I'm a forest pigmy.
So what's your excuse?
I don't know. I find that being happy just makes you better looking and more
You
appealing.
look better now than when you started at Fox.
Oh, really?
Which I think means you've become more conservative since you started.
Or maybe I was just miserable back then.
Possibly.
I think you can find people who would say that.
No, but you actually have improved with age. That's not very common.
Yeah, I mean, he's accepting the whole pygmy thing. I'm
Right.
proud of him.
Yes, that's true.
He normally wouldn't say he was a pygmy. And he just had this great moment where he just said it in passing. No one, we should all clap for him. We should be proud. Not easy. Not easy.
I applaud.
Nobody
I
wants
applaud.
to be known as the smallest of anything.
I applaud
Yes.
his therapist. But your orthopedic shoes probably help with that.
These are not orthopedic shoes. These are Prada. Look at that, huh?
For the height impaired.
Pygmy. He
Sorry.
prefers
Happening here.
pygmy.
All right, Paul, you've got a fairly good poker face. What do you
I
make
do,
of
huh?
this finding that like liberal men have better poker faces? Isn't it because they have to like agree and lie all the time?
I'm going to tell you why I agree with this study, because consider the fact that AI was essentially constructed by a whole slew of soy boys out in Silicon Valley, right? And it still went conservative. So
Right.
you know that there's got to be something to it. And I think the clue is embedded in the terminology, right? If you take progressive versus conservative, conservatives, they want to hang on to the good stuff, right? They're kind of saying to themselves, you know what? There's a lot that works here. America's imperfect, and capitalism, democracy, imperfect, but it's better than anything else we've come up with. Let's hang on to it. Progressives, the idea is we're going someplace else. We're going to Shangri-La. There's a city on a hill, we're going to get there. You're never going to get there. And so it's embedded right in the ideology that you're always going to be dissatisfied. It's like taking a very long car ride with apparently a bunch of very cranky, ugly women. And we've all been through those. You know, I know it was your college years. And, you know, it's not really a pleasant experience.
No, it isn't. It isn't. But I do think, like, if you believe there's nothing positive in life, then all you're going to do is it's going to come out of your pores.
And they'll never let that go because that's the business model. And they can't. They'd be out of jobs.
Exactly. The activist face belongs in the activist class, Kat, and they can't let it go or they'd be out on their ass. See that? It was a rhyme. How you doing there, Kat?
I'm okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't buy any of this.
Why?
Well, because you have to be happy for people to want to bang you. My life doesn't make any sense.
She's got a point.
Yeah.
Wait, are you saying you're miserable today?
I mean, just like, I don't think I give off a sunshiny vibe.
Yeah.
And also, it's funny to me because it's like now conservatives like biased AI.
Yeah.
We did weeks on like, AI is woke. And now that it tells you you're hot, then it's all over.
Yeah, that's human nature. Once you get a compliment, you forget about everything else.
Maybe. I also I don't think you can tell if someone's hot based on a picture. There's so many times I've thought someone is hot and then I hear them talk and I'm like, ugh. Right?
Yes. Yes, you are right.
Thank you. I thought so.
Yes. Tyrus, do you agree with Kat that this is BS?
Yes, for different reasons. I looked at a lot of those photos, and I just saw a lot of unhappy dudes, you know, and that's not a Democrat or Republican thing. That's a married guy thing. So I know the look, the empty, the soulless look in the eyes, because it's the 50th time they took the same damn picture over and over again.
That's so true.
That's not your real smile. Where's the real smile? That's the smile you use with the whores. Like, it's never ending. And the guy always has the same look. And that's not a Republican or a Democrat thing. That's I'm stuck, fellas. Check on me. And if you look at those pictures across the board, it's liberal dudes, because dudes, we make that mistake. You know, they'll meet a woman and she'll be like, I'm in astronomy and really ridiculous reparations and stuff, and you'll be like, yeah, me too. Yeah, and he will follow, and he will take that trail, he will go on that journey, and then he gets what he thought he wanted. Now he's stuck, and there's someone there to take a picture to send to all your friends, and they all say the same thing. You need help, bro?
That would be the funniest Tinder bio ever, though.
Yeah.
I'm into astrology and reparations.
Yeah, and some dude somewhere will be like, me too, Kat.
Okay, so if you were into astrology and reparations, you would only give reparations to like Virgos.
Yeah.
That's how you'd combine the two.
But a dumb guy will be like, yeah, I agree.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well played.
I've been waiting for someone to say that.
My whole life.
But it's hard for women. Like, honestly, I was going to do this on the monologue, but we couldn't do it, to show the before and after pictures of people who go woke. Like, you see this. They're young, beautiful girls that deliberately destroy the way they look for a couple of reasons. One, they're told by their peers in college that beauty is objectification, that it's not real. No, it's real. Little kids find people attractive. You know, they develop crushes in first grade. That ain't social. That's just real. And so you have all these young people who believe that that there's no truth in beauty, and there is truth in beauty. Hate to tell you.
And it's usually the ugly people that talk them into doing it.
Yes. Ugly people need friends.
Yeah.
Come join us.
Yeah.
Yes, join us.
Yeah, nothing looks good like shaving down the middle of your head, sweetheart. Yeah, that's the look. But you never see the ones telling them to do it, they have the same haircut.
Exactly. All right, we got to move on.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.